What's up, cinephiles? For this episode, we are going to review Thunder Force. Excuse me, I think I didn't say that right. Thunder Force!
Force.
Okay, but before we begin, if you're new to our channel, consider leaving a like and subscribing to us for weekly reviews of movies and TV shows. Now, Kevin, what is Thunder Force all about?
Okay, Thunder Force. Now, in the world of that movie, we are terrorized by a group of supervillains called the Miscreants, and it all originates back to a phenomenon back in the 80s where cosmic rays bombarded the Earth, which only gives superpowers to people who are genetically predisposed to be sociopaths. So we only have here supervillains. And in here, scientist Emily Stanton, played by Octavia Spencer, creates this serum to grant superpowers to regular people. She injects invisibility for herself and accidentally gives her estranged best friend Lydia, played by Melissa McCarthy, the power of superhuman strength. So together they will form this unlikely team of women in their middle 40s to save their city from these miscreants. Now, Phil, take it away.
I usually enjoy dumb comedy films. I am a fan of some of Adam Sandler's films like Click or Little Nicky, You Don't Mess with Zohan. Melissa McCarthy kind of falls into that same category, but there's also some films of hers that I really enjoyed. I liked her role in Bridesmaid, and I really enjoyed Spy, mainly because of Jason Statham's role there. So when I watched the trailer for Thunder Force, it was actually quite painful to watch that trailer because it just looks so not funny. Maybe it's not as bad as it seems to be. Maybe I'm gonna get a kick out of this. But man, the thing that I can just describe this movie is it's a comedy film that's just not funny. Some of the jokes here are just so old. It's really crazy to me that Melissa McCarthy's co-star here is Octavia Spencer, because Octavia Spencer is a well-known actress, a really great actress. I guess she needed a payday. In the current age of Hollywood, what greater payday there is than making a superhero flick? And I think that's what they were going for, but it's just not really funny, man. Everything about this, the humor, the jokes here are hit or miss. There's a part in this film where there's this suddenly choreographed dance scene that's supposed to be the start of a romantic interaction between two characters. From then on, I just checked out. I was just cringing. I do find it quite funny though that the character here of Jason Bateman, the crab, I just find that character's appearance funny because that's just a really stupid kind of super villain, Crabman, just this with the pincers and stuff. Even the villains here are just bad. Laser, who they're trying to portray as this badass villain, is just also really bad here. And it's just also a dumb name that they're called Miscreants. I mean, Miscreants? Really?
Yeah.
That's the best they can give us to name super villains out of sociopaths? And also, for the record, if sociopaths get superpowers, if all the sociopaths in the world get superpowers, they wouldn't have 20 or 30 years to develop serums to get superpowers, man, because the world will just go to crap. For the record. But everything here is just, it's just moving along. This is a really painful watch for me, Kevin. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the trailer and I'm the one who insisted on us doing this, right? So I give you full permission to get mad at me right now. But let's just say maybe I even enjoyed the trailer more than the movie. I hate doing reviews for bad movies, because I feel like I'm trashing on someone's work. This is written and directed by Melissa McCarthy's husband, Ben Falcone, and the two of them have collaborated a lot of comedies in the past. Actually, I think this is their 5th collaboration, and while I haven't seen some of those movies, I think they are on a continuous streak of producing bad films. And it sucks because Melissa McCarthy is a gifted comedian. We enjoyed her on Bridesmaids, Spy, the movies that you said earlier, and those are frequent collaborations with Paul Feig and also Ghostbusters. So I think Melissa McCarthy here, maybe she finds comfortable working with her husband, but I think when she's getting pushed out of her comfort zone, even she has this drama film called Can You Ever Forgive Me? I haven't seen that yet, but she got a positive reception from that movie. That is a dramatic role. So it's funny that you mentioned Adam Sandler because I was thinking that she has some sort of a similar trajectory with Adam Sandler. Like Adam
Yeah.
Sandler here is comfortable in doing a lot of bad comedies in Happy Madison, but once in a while you get something like Uncut Gems and surprise you with his dramatic role. So it's kind of a waste to see these types of actors that they're actually good both in dramatic and comedy, but you know, sometimes they're just given a material that's just simply lackluster because we got here a superhero movie. It's super simplistic. Actually, I did not mind that. I did not mind if this movie has leaps of logic because this is a comedy. Suspension of disbelief is kind of required. A CW episode is even better, can produce complexity than this movie. Also for Octavia Spencer, I mean, she has this disinterested look in her face, like she wants to get out of the movie. And they have good chemistry together, but I don't think the movie really maximized that fullest potential because Dunn Falcone here has no firm grasp on making a superhero comedy work. At some point, I expected this movie to become a satirical take on superhero films, something like Deadpool or even Ant-Man films have done. There's a joke here how superheroes don't wash their clothes. Like, I find it funny, but since I've already seen that on trailer, it's not as funny anymore when I've seen it on the movie. And at one point, I even thought that this movie will go into the direction of superheroes being played for political agendas, something that Amazon Prime Video's The Boys has touched. But no, it does not. So it feels flat as a comedy and a superhero action. Even the staging of the action sequences feel a bit uninspired. Honestly, I have low expectations because when I found out that these are the superpowers that they have, like how original, I said to myself, for a superhero comedy, there's not a lot of superhero jokes in here. The only positive thing that I can take away from this is, you said it, the character of Jason Bateman as the Crabman. I just couldn't get enough of that character because just on the character design alone, because imagine being granted a superpower that has no discernible purpose. But I enjoyed him more when he's playing the role of a romantic interest of Melissa McCarthy, you know, them getting to know each other and then, you know, them literally buttering each up. So I had fun watching those and a bit cringy and appalling scenes of them eating raw chicken meat. So do yourselves a favor and maybe skip this one.
Yeah, I agree, Kevin. And just like you, I would also like to say that I don't particularly enjoy bashing films because making films is hard. As cinephiles, we know that because we watch interviews from directors, producers. We really try to get a grasp of the process of filmmaking, and making films are hard. But it's really just a bad film. Yeah, with the scenes with Jason Bateman, that character, it's funny whenever he tries to sort of hide from a situation. He also moves like a crab, like sideways while raising his hands. That's quite funny. But those romantic scenes with the character of Melissa McCarthy is just really cringy for me. You mentioned the buttering up. I'm like, oh man, it hurts my head. And should you watch this if you're a comedy fan? Definitely not. Skip this. Superhero fan, comedy fan, whatever kind of fan you are, I wouldn't suggest to watch this. It's going to be a waste of your time. That's quite harsh, but that's also reality because there are so many other comedy films or comedy superhero films that deserve viewing than this. I'm going to give this movie a 1.5 out of 5 stars.
So this one, Ben Falcone and Melissa McCarthy both produced this. They clearly worked hard for this. It's just that the jokes are so old, like what you said, and it's the type of jokes that you spit in the moment and don't give much thought. And it's quite surprising that the film did not utilize the comedic capacities of these two talented actresses. Even Klementieff here from Guardians of the Galaxy, she's supposed to be this femme fatale, but honestly, she fails to make an impression because there's nothing really left to do for her character. She just does this best impression of Scarlet Witch, you know, moving her hands magically and trying to manifest this imaginary energy. So if you're not into simplistic stories and silly goofs like this, I won't really suggest it either. So I'm going to give this one a 1.5 out of 5 stars as well.
And that's it for our review of Thunder Force. It's not really growing on me, man. If you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to us for weekly reviews of movies and TV shows.
Also, let us know what you think in the comment sections down below. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Until then, see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.